Hi guys, Basem Wasef with WatchUSeek. Today we're going to unbox the Maurice Lacroix Aikon Master Grand Date. Let's get right to it here and open up the FedEx box. And here we go. Here it is, and just ahead of time, there's the return label. So already thinking about limited time with this timepiece, but let's get right to the unboxing and see what we have here. Now, of course, this is the sort of follow-up to the Gravity watch. It has similar hallmarks to the Gravity, but a different treatment. And there we go. A little protective fabric there, some paperwork at the bottom. Cure for insomnia, we'll read that later. And here we go. Ooh, very nice. Very sharp. I think that's my first instinct when I see this. The first word that comes to mind is sharp, because the contrast of that blue face and the stainless surroundings is very, very impactful. So we have the stainless band here, which I'm glad it came with, because I would actually prefer that over the sort of fabric. It looks sort of like a carbon fiber-like strap. But let's take a look here. Deploying clasp. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this on my wrist and clasp it immediately for camera, but let's try this on for size. This is a 45mm case. It is on the larger side, and my wrists are on the smaller side, so it'll be interesting to see how this works with my wrist. Actually, not as ginormous as I expected it to be. Somehow it blends pretty well, and I think it's probably because of these rounded edges over here that blend in and taper with the band. There's a lot of nice feeling of depth with this piece. When you look at the movement through the dial, you can see the depth there. Very cool little peekaboo windows here. Double date window up here. Second hand down here, and then of course this sort of smaller dial here for the time. And it's a very different watch in person than I expected. You know, I kind of had an idea in my head of what it would look like in person, and it is very different. There's a rhodium hour marker, rhodium perimeter with black prints. Let's look at the movement here. A little hard with the strap, but fairly complex looking bit of kit in there, because of the way those plates are structured and the way the movement is sort of embedded in these layers. Now let me just see if I can focus here. Yeah, it's hard to show, but it is quite serious. It's quite a serious piece of equipment here. Let me unscrew, give it a little energy here. There we go. See the escapement moving in there. Now, interestingly, Maurice Lacroix keeps driving home the fact that they want to be sort of a modern contemporary take on watchmaking. So they avoid classic finishes like Côte de Genève or perlage on the back. And it does look a little bit cleaner and more contemporary than it could. It's so hard to show that. And of course the asymmetry is another modern aspect to this piece that is very intriguing and gives it sort of just a different kind of feeling. You know, seeing this watch online, reading about it previously, I wasn't sure it was for me. I just didn't, you know, I needed to see it in person. On the wrist, wears a lot smaller than 45mm. It's a bit tall, case is a bit tall, but on the wrist, it's really actually a decent fit. I just need to get this deployment clasp adjusted properly, and I think it's gonna wear pretty well. This crown, let me just screw this in and see how this feels here. Well, let's just play with the time a little bit too. So funny to see these tiny little arms there on this relatively big face otherwise. Okay, let's see this. Okay. Yeah, it is striking. This is a very striking piece. You know, the polish on the stainless, and you see it when you see it in the highlights, gives it this sort of pop. These facets here, the consistency of these finishes really makes the blue stand out. So here it is. Maurice Lacroix Aikon Master Grand Date. Looking forward to spending some time with this bad boy. And you can read all about it on WatchUSeek when I share my review. So there it is, unboxed. Maurice Lacroix Aikon Master Grand Date. Thanks for watching.